Hi and welcome to the final match of Season 2 of Faith Champs RMC's Inter-School Quiz Competition. You have been with us right from the beginning and we had an exciting Season 2, and finally out of 7 teams we have 2 teams that have reached the finals. 2 wonderful teams who have worked really hard, done their best and proved themselves to be worthy to participate in this final match. On to my left is Sacred Heart Girls, who have truly made a miraculous appearance here because the first game didn't go the way they planned. They lost the first game, but they did not lose it badly. They lost it in style because they had the highest score with the first match, which qualified them to play the wildcard entry to come back to play with the champions of last year. That was Vincent Pallotti School. And with an exciting match, as you have witnessed, they were able to beat Vincent Pallotti's and prove themselves worthy to come to the semi-finals. And over there, they won their way to appear today to be the finalists of Season 2 of Faith Champs Redemptoristmediacenter's Inter-School Quiz Competition. On to my right is our homeschooled boys, Life School, Jeremy and Asha. I don't have to tell much about them. You know their caliber. They have proved themselves by acing through all the rounds, all the games so far, and clearly appearing to be the winner so far. But here is the competition, the final match. Worthy opponents and an exciting match for all of us to witness. Are we ready to roll? This is the final game and surely it's going to be a little different from the usual. But the first round is going to be the same. The MCQ round where you have a question with 4 options and you have to choose the right one. Each team will have 5 questions to answer, and so you could earn 100 points in this round, 20 points for every correct answer. There is no negative points for this, so even if you answer it wrong, you don't lose anything. But for every right answer, you can earn 20 points. So are you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Which means I'm going to start with you, Sacred Heart Girls. We shall ask the first question to you, and for the next one, we shall go to Life School. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's roll with the first question to you, Sacred Hearts. The first question is on the screen. The ark was overlaid with gold, but it was made of what? A. Brass. B. Silver. C. Gopher wood. And D. Acacia wood. And the answer to that is
option D, acacia wood.
Option D, acacia wood. You said it in style. You were like, oh, it's obvious. We know that answer. You shouldn't have put that question there. That is correct. You have 20 points. I guess that was straight away 20 points into your kitty, and that takes me to the next team. For your first question, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, your first question is on the screen. What will happen to anyone who will see God's face? Option A, he will be consumed by fire. B, he will lose his sight. C, he will not live. D, he will lose his mind. What will happen to anyone who would see God's face in the book of Exodus? Your 4 options there. You got 50 seconds more, and the answer is, Asha?
Option C, he will not live.
Option C, he will not live.
No, it's option B, he will lose his sight.
Option B is what Sacred Hearts would choose, that he will lose his sight. You should thank God because you did not get that question, because the right answer is C. He will not live, as we read in the gospel in the book of we read that in Exodus chapter 33 verse 20. But he said, "You cannot see my face, for man shall not see me and live." Yes, congratulations to you, Jeremy and Asher. Life School, you have scored your 20 points, and good for you. You still have 20 points on board, which means you have your next question on your way. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Sacred Heart girls, your next question is on the screen. Which of these themes is present in the Gospel of Mark? A. Prodigal son. B. Good Samaritan. C. Syrophoenician woman. D. Song of Mary.
We lock option C, Syrophoenician woman.
You're going to lock option C, Syrophoenician woman, is what you answer. What do you think? That is correct. Obviously. What about the other three? It's not in the Gospel of Mark? But it's not in the Gospel of Mark. Which Gospel is it in? You wouldn't know. It's very much Luke. And obviously, you're right. Option C, Syrophoenician woman, is the theme that is found in Gospel of Mark, the book that was given for you to prepare for this quiz. Congratulations, you have 20 points. It was important for Mark to highlight about this theme because the woman showcased faith and also persistence in prayer, and these are important themes for Mark. So good, 40 points on board. You have not lost anything, and therefore very much in the game. Let's move on to the next question, to Life School. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your question on the screen. When did Jesus walk on the water? Option A, first watch of the night. Option B, second watch of the night. Option C, third watch of the night. Option D, fourth watch of the night.
Option D, fourth watch of the night.
Option D, fourth watch of the night.
I think his
Yeah, it's
confidence. So.
He's very oh, you're looking at his confidence and guessing the answer. Huh? It's
We're not sure, but his confidence.
But what would you say if he was not confident?
D.
You would still pick D?
Somewhere right.
So which part of the day, night is that fourth hour according to you?
6.
It is?
3 to 6.
3 to 6. That is correct. The other 3 watches of the night would be from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. is the first watch. The second watch is between 9 to 12. And again, the third watch is between 12 to 3. And the final watch, which according to Gospel of Mark, it was just before the dawn, which means the fourth watch of the night between 3 to 6 p.m. Perfect answer. You earn your 20 points. Jeremy and Asher, Life School. Your score on the board is 40 points. This looks like it's going to be an exciting match with a great start, with both the teams scoring all the points that they could. Let's move on to the next question. Sacred Heart girls, are you ready?
Yes.
Here is your third question on the screen. What book was written about the same time as Zechariah, the same timeline as Zechariah? Option A, Amos. B, Nahum. Option C, Haggai. And option D, Zephaniah. We're talking about the historicity of these two books in the Old Testament. Zechariah. One of the options, one of those books were also written during the same time as Zechariah. The book of Zechariah. Which one is? You have 40 seconds more. Which one share the same timeline? You got 30 seconds more almost. This is the final, so you don't expect easy questions, but looks like they have prepared well. So let's see if they can guess this. Yes, go ahead.
It is option D, Zephaniah.
Option D, Zephaniah is what you choose. And why would you say that? Is it just a wild guess?
No, actually, it's like Zechariah and then
Zephaniah,
is
they're
the
spelled
book.
almost the same.
No, it's
No?
a book after Zechariah.
Oh, okay.
so-
Okay.
No,
The way
maybe
it's
it's
placed in the Bible.
mentioned.
Okay. That's how you guessed. Okay. Let me check with Life School if they know the answer.
It's option C, Haggai.
Option C, Haggai, is what you say. And why would you say that?
Zechariah and Haggai came at the same time, so they intersected. Their times intersected, so yeah.
Okay. Perfect answer. That is the right answer. C, Haggai. And I'm sorry you did not get that right. We see that Haggai, in the book of Haggai, the first verse of the first chapter gives you the clue. It says that in the second year of Darius, King Darius, right? And again, when you come to Zechariah, again you have in the 8th month, in the second year of Darius, is when we see Zechariah prophesying. It was around the year 520 BC, and it was during the reign of King Darius that both, the Persian king, that both Haggai and Zechariah, they prophesied, and they were prophesying to a post-exilic Israel, which means they were trying to renew their lives and encourage them to build the temple. Okay, so you see a lot of themes being shared by both the prophets. So anyway, you got the first two right, not the third one. Let's see if Jeremy and Asher will get their third question right. Are you ready?
Yes.
The third question is on the screen. In the book of Zechariah, from where does the Lord say the cornerstone will come from? A. Bethlehem, B. Judah, C. Israel, and D. Ephraim.
Option B, Judah.
Option B, Judah is what you have answered. How sure are you about this?
100%.
100% sure. I can't debate with that. What do you think?
It is.
It is.
thought
It
the
is.
same.
It is. Can't debate about it, because we know that from Judah shall come the cornerstone. Zechariah chapter 10 verse 4. From him the tent peg, from him the battle bow, from him every ruler. All of them together. So why is Judah important? Well, Judah, we know, is from the tribe, is one of the 12 tribes, and it is from the tribe of Judah that we have the royal lineage. King David would come from Judah, and then we have Jesus, who follows that as one of, and that's why we call Jesus as the king, or as the Lion of Judah. And then, so there are other important historical facts to kind of show how Judah was a prominent tribe, one among the 12. Congratulations, you have your 20 points there. You have not lost any questions so far. So you have 60 points on board, and 2 more questions to go in this round. Say good night, girls. Here is your 4th question. How many people left Egypt with Moses? Option A, 800,000 men, not counting women and children. B, 600,000 men besides women and children. C, 660,000 including men and women of all ages. And D, 80,000 men alone.
We lock option B, 600,000 men besides women
Option
and children.
B, 600,000 men besides women and children. Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that correct?
Yes.
It is correct. And it is correct. Congratulations to you. You have scored your 20 points. We read that in the book of Exodus chapter 12, 37, that the people of Israel journeyed from Ramses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides women and children. According to the scholars, of course, there is no particular number given in the Bible itself, but according to the scholars, there were totally about 2 million people who crossed the Red Sea from Egypt to the Promised Land. And yeah, you were right. You got that 20 points there. So that's your score. 60 on board. 1 more question to go. And let's see if Life School will keep their record of not losing any question. Your next question is on the screen. The first ecumenical council of Nicaea was held in dash, which year? AD. Option A, 315. Option B, 320. Option C, 325. Option D, 381. The first ecumenical council of Nicaea, a very important one. We read that in the Catechism of the Catholic Church. You got 40 seconds almost. You have an answer?
Option C, 325.
Option C, 325 is what you say. Well, all the other dates are not too far from 325. So why do you pick 325? Was it a wild guess? It is a wild guess. You're not very sure, but it's a wild guess. What do you think?
It's correct.
It is correct.
The
Are you
second was in 381, first was 325.
Why are you telling the answer to the second one?
You may get it in the rapid fire round now. Okay. It is correct. Congratulations to you. Though it was a wild guess, you put your finger on the right answer. The answer is mentioned in Catechism of the Catholic Church, number 242. Following this apostolic tradition, the Church confessed at the First Ecumenical Council at Nicaea, 325, that the Son is consubstantial with the Father, that is, one only God with Him. Congratulations to you. You have your 80 points on board with losing nothing at all. One more question on your way. Sacred Heart girls, here is your final question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your final question. According to Catechism of the Catholic Church, CCC 417, what is the immediate consequence of original sin? Option A, deprived of original holiness and justice. B, deprived of original peace and joy. C, deprived of freedom and dominion. And D, all of the above. What would you choose? Catechism of the Catholic Church 417. What would you be deprived of? Holiness and justice, peace and joy, freedom and dominion, or all the above? Still got 35 seconds. Take your time. Look at the options carefully. Think of what you have studied. And the answer is?
We go with option A, deprived of original holiness and justice.
You will go with option A, with original holiness and justice. Are you sure about it? If I let you change, will you change?
No.
You won't change.
I
You'll
wanna
still
go
stick
with-
with it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, she's looking at the other team, how confident they are. What do you think, Jeremy? And
It's correct.
It's
it
correct.
is correct. I can see the sad face there. Yeah, that's correct. Can't help it. They got it right, though they were not sure. Right? Congratulations. That is correct. It is deprivation of the original holiness and justice. We read that in CCC 417. Adam and Eve transmitted to their descendants human nature wounded by their own first sin, and hence deprived of original holiness and justice. This deprivation is called original sin. Congratulations to you. You have 80 points on board.
Thank you.
At the end of the first round, you had all 5 questions. Let's see if our life school will manage to keep the lead by answering the final question as well. Are you ready
Yes, Father.
to lead in this first round if you answer this correct? Your final question for this first round is on the screen. According to Catechism of the Catholic Church 418, what wounds does original sin inflict on human nature? Option A, ignorance. Option B, anger. C. Pride, and D. Envy. There are many wounds, but which is that is mentioned in CCC 418? That's your option there. Is it ignorance, anger, pride, or envy? Which one would you choose? You have an answer there.
Option C, pride.
Option C, pride, is what you choose. According to CCC 418, original sin will inflict pride. Well, looks like a likely answer, right? That should be the one. No? Because pride is the worst sin. And original sin is the worst that began everything. And that should be the right answer. What do you think?
We're not sure.
You're not sure at all. Would you go along with their confidence? No? They are not confident enough. So you would not bank on that. You're clever girls, I tell you. You know when to bank on them and when not to. Huh? So what would you pick?
Ignorance.
Ignorance or anger?
Ignorance or anger? Pick one.
Anger.
Anger.
Anger. Poor ignorance. It's feeling lonely over there. Because that's the right answer. It's option A, ignorance. Not that the others are not part of the sin, but ignorance is what is the direct consequence of the original sin. I'm very sorry, but that makes the game interesting because now both the teams have lost one each and have 80 points on board, and which means they are going neck to neck into the second round. Congratulations to both the teams. Thanks for sticking on. We have an exciting second round coming, which is the famous Dumb Charades round. Welcome back to the second round of the finals of the season 2 of Faith Chimes RMC's Inter-School Quiz Competition. Both the teams have done extremely well. They managed to get 4 answers right out of 5 with 80 points each on the scoreboard. Congratulations. This is going to be an interesting round because it is our famous Dumb Charades round. I was told that they are very good in acting. So let's see. They can prove their skills here. All right. So we're going to have, you know the rules. You've played this before. And there are 2 clues here, 1 each. And for each 2 per team. So one of the team members would come in front to enact it, and the other will have 90 seconds to guess the clue that is given to you. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Now let's go with Sacred Heart girls. You have the turn now. You are going to go first. So let's see which one you pick.
Green.
Okay, that's you. That's your pick. Okay, you have 2 clues here. So who's going to go first? Okay, a picture is going to be enacting and Niharika is going to guess. Okay, a picture, please get on to your mark. Okay, 1 question for you. Okay, you know the rules? 90 seconds, no movement of your lips and no gesturing of letters. But you can gesture words and whatever. But you can't use gestures for letters. Okay? Is that clear? Are you ready? Okay, don't start till I tell you to. Your clue is here. She has to get the entire clue in the order that is given. Okay? Are you ready? A picture. Your time starts now.
Okay, it's 1 word from, it's a character. Who is it? It's a saint. Saint, it's a woman or a man? A man. Saint Christopher. Someone holding a baby. Anthony. Saint Anthony of Padua. Ant. And... Sorry, yeah, okay. Anthony. Ant. Yeah, the other part is...
Still got 60 seconds.
Is an event? It's no, and toe, Antonite or something. Antoinette. Oh yeah, the other part. Go fast. Do it fast. Fast. Do something. Enoch. Noah. And Amos and what is it?
You got 30 seconds more.
Is it a character from the Old Testament or New Testament? You don't know. Okay, cool. Enochia.
You want to?
Enoch. Oak. Sorry. Enoch.
3,
Oak.
2, 1. I'm sorry, you did not get that.
What was it?
And an invocation on an activity.
Yeah.
Antonok.
The clue was Antioch, which is a place.
Oh.
You did not know that. So obviously you wouldn't have. Antioch is such an important place.
I knew the place. I didn't
Right?
think of it. Yeah.
And
the place.
it's such an important place. Antioch is historically very important for Christians too, because that's where they were called Christians.
Okay.
Right? The place Antioch. And I was expecting you to gesture her to tell her. She kept on asking, is it a name or place? What is it? Old Testament, New Testament?
A character.
But it was not a character.
Yeah, I know.
It was.
I know.
So I guess it was very difficult for Niharika to get it. But you tried, Niharika, and a picture, you did your best. But you don't get any points for this, but you have one more clue to go. And let's see if you switch places now, and let's see if Niharika will be able to enact and have a picture get the answer. Are you ready for the second clue? You have 90 seconds. You know the rules: no movement of your lips, but only gestures, and the entire clue to be guessed by your partner. Is that clear? Okay, hold on. Niharika, your time starts now.
Old Testament is a prophet, a woman. Okay, Esther, Ruth, Hannah. Can you split the word? Okay, this thing. Is the prophet ka thing is there in the Bible? Okay. So show something for the old. I know Old Testament only. Old, very old. Did we discuss it? Okay. Niharika. Carolina. Wait, we discussed it. Show something. Split the word.
You have 50 seconds
Okay,
more.
split. First was teeth. Teeth. No, it's not that. It's the second part. Second part is teeth. Second part is teeth or first part is teeth? Second part.
30 seconds more.
Rita. Woman. Okay, we discussed it really. Just to show the first part something. 12 apostles. Philip, Matthew, Levi, Bartholomew, Matthew, Paul, Peter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am sorry. You did not get that. Let's see what happened there. Niharika. Was that difficult?
It was Judith.
Judith is what you were given. Well, it was not that difficult because Judith is a prominent figure in the Old Testament.
We actually discussed it.
She did kind of tell you to keep guessing the names, and you could step on to Judith, but unfortunately that did not occur. Right? What else could she have done to make you say
I wish
Judith?
she was showing the Judas.
Judas. She
Jude.
tried that actually, 12 apostles, that you would come to
yeah.
Jude sometime, but you Judas, and it didn't kind of get there. Right? Okay, bad luck there. You couldn't get your points onto with the dumb charades. Life School, you have 2 questions, 2 clues, okay? And as you know, your opponents have not managed to get even 1 right, which means even if you get 1 right, you have a lead in this round. Okay, are you ready? Who's going to go
Yes.
first? It's going to be Jeremy. Jeremy, on your mark there, on the other side. Okay, and Asha, make sure you speak into the mic. Okay, and you know the rules. No miming with your mouth, but you can use gestures to help your partner guess the clue. Don't start till I tell you to. Are you ready? This is your clue. The entire clue has to be given out by your partner. Is that okay? Is that good? Okay, hold on. Think of what you're going to do. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes, Father.
Okay, Jeremy, your time starts now.
Old Testament, character or event, character, Tobit,
You didn't even need 10 seconds for that. Tobit is the right answer. Congratulations, you got that right within 10 seconds. How did you manage to get there so fast?
It was Tobias, his father was blind.
Okay.
So I was trying to cut that word and then make him say Tobit.
But he immediately got on to Tobit immediately. Congratulations, very good. 20 points for you. Jeremy and Asha, you have done very well with the first question itself. 20 points. Let's switch places and see if you can snatch away extra 20 points there. You have lost only 1 question so far in the first round. And let's see if you can get this right as well. Asha, are you ready? Okay, you know the rules. No miming with your mouth, but you have to get your partner to guess the entire word or phrase pronounced. Okay? Okay, and your time starts now.
New Testament. A place. Name the places: Bethlehem, Gethsemane, Gennesaret, Jericho, Bethlehem. Is it started B? No. G? Which word does it start for? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K? J. Jerusalem. Before J. Dalman. That one? Dalmanuta. Decapolis. It's in D. It's in a New Testament, D. Dalmanuta, no. Which, it's in Mark? Is it in Mark? No.
Got 40 seconds more.
Dan. No. Dan. This is a. Cut it. 2 words. Dalmanuta. Decapolis. Deck. Split it. Split. 2 parts. First part. Life. This stand. D. Life school.
9,
Then
8,
Denmark.
7, 6, 5,
Dalmanuta.
3, 2, 1,
Dan.
and you are done. That was good. I expected you to get it because you got onto that clue pretty quickly from the New Testament and starting with D. And you could have got Damascus is what we were expecting. That was the clue. Damascus, very important place again in the New Testament. And but you tried well. I mean, you did well, and I'm sorry, but you have reasons to be happy because you have scored 20 points in this round, which means your score now is 120 points, a lead in this second round. Congratulations. Let's come back to our third round. This is the final game and it's too hot in here. 2 rounds was too much for me to stay, so I'm going to have Father Joe Abraham come in and host the next round for you. I'll see you again in the following round.
everyone, and welcome back to the third round of the finals, Faith Charm Season 2. Here, our inter-school Catholic quiz competition. And now we are here for the third round. The third round is Rapid Fire Round. The Rapid Fire Round, as always, has 10 questions. You are aware of the rules. There are 10 questions. Five of you will get, each of you will get to answer 5 questions each individually, and later you will come back to the picture round to identify pictures which will be displayed on the screen, and we are all ready and prepared for it. Are you ready? Who's going to answer first?
Who's good?
Niharika or Atiksha Rachel? Niharika. Are you ready, Niharika?
Yes, Father.
As you know, you've got 45 seconds to answer 5 questions. The first 5 questions of this very important round, rapid fire round, and your time starts now. First, the Holy Crown in the book of Exodus was made of what?
Gold.
Gold, that's right. Which saint's writings includes the Confessions?
Pass.
Pass. How many days would it take to consecrate Aaron and his sons for priestly office?
Pass.
Pass. Which sacrament is known as the sacrament of love?
Matrimony.
Wrong. Red color horse was on them 3 in Zechariah's first vision. True or false?
Can you repeat?
Red color horse was on them 3 in Zechariah's first vision. True or false?
True.
True is right. Which saint's writing includes the Confessions?
St. Paul.
Wrong. How many days would it take? Oh, I'm sorry. You have answered 2 questions right. The Holy Crown in the book of Exodus was made of gold. Which saint's writings include the Confession? Saint Augustine. He wrote his own story, his own autobiography, which is called as the Confessions, which is a very popular book for us Christians, and it's a very interesting book as well. How many days would it take to consecrate Aaron and his sons for priestly office? It took 7 days. Were you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay, 7 days. Which sacrament is known as the sacrament of love? It is the Eucharist. Jesus sits there waiting for us out of love for us, and it is the Eucharist. Red color horse was on them 3 in Zechariah's first vision. It is true, and you answered that right. So at the end of this session, you get 2 answers right and 20 straight points. And a little twist, we'll ask Life School the next set of questions in our rapid fire round. Who's going to answer first?
Me.
Okay, Asha, welcome. Are you ready?
Yes, Father.
Are you confident?
Yes, Father.
As always, Father. See the smile on his face and the confidence in his eyes. I love that, Asha. And your time starts now. How old was Moses when he fled from Egypt after killing an Egyptian?
21 years old.
Wrong. Who's the oldest man mentioned in Exodus?
Pass.
Pass. Who will be gathered against Jerusalem in the final chapters of Zechariah?
Pass.
Pass. What was the first miracle Jesus performed in the Gospel of Mark?
Pass.
Seconds. Pass. Angel Gabriel announced the birth of Jesus in the Gospel of Mark. True or false?
False.
False is right. Who is the oldest man mentioned in Exodus?
Is in Methuselah.
Wrong. Who will be gathered against Jerusalem? Okay, you answered one right, and that is still a good score to hold on to. The first question, how old was Moses when he fled from Egypt after killing an Egyptian? What would you answer, Jeremy?
Yes, I would answer 80.
No, it is 40. He was 40 years old. Who's the oldest man mentioned in Exodus? Would you know that? He is Amram, 137 years.
37 years.
Both of them. Okay, and they are mentioned in the book of Exodus. You're right. Who will be gathered against Jerusalem in the final chapters of Zechariah? The nations will gather against Jerusalem. That is what is mentioned in the final chapters. And what was the first miracle Jesus performed in the Gospel of Mark? Jesus starts off by casting out unclean spirits.
Okay.
And then he goes to another house, which probably might come in the question, so I'll hold the suspense.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, that's good. And now the second set of questions to our very own Sacred Heart girls. Are you ready? Apeksha. There you are. Apeksha, your time starts now. Who says in CCC 412 that where sin increases, grace abounds all the more? Who said it?
Holy Spirit.
Wrong. Which is the longest chapter in Exodus?
Pass.
Pass. What did Zechariah see as protection for Jerusalem in one of his visions?
Pass. I'll go.
Pass. What did Moses strike to bring water from a rock?
A stone.
Wrong. Pontiff is the title given to the Pope as Bishop of Rome.
Pass.
True or false?
Pass. True.
True is right. Which is the longest chapter in Exodus? Number.
Chapter 30.
Wrong. What did Zechariah see as protection for Jerusalem in one of his visions? Okay, the time's run out and you have answered one question right. Pope is called the Pontiff. That's the title given to the Pope. Who says where sin increased, grace abounded all the more in Catechism of the Catholic Church 412? It is a reference, you're right, St. Paul. It's a reference to Romans chapter 5 verse 20 where St. Paul says, where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more. Where there is sin, we don't have to worry as Christians because God's grace comes to help in our weakness when we turn to Him with a contrite heart. Which is the longest chapter in Exodus? You said 13, it's 12. Just one chapter before with 51 verses. Yes, with 51 verses, that is the longest chapter. And what did Zechariah see as a protection for Jerusalem in one of his visions? Any of you would know that?
It was a wall of fire.
You're perfectly right. A wall of fire is the right answer. Then, what did Moses strike to bring water from a rock?
Staff.
Yeah, it is that was pretty easy. I thought you would get that. I thought most of us would know that, unfortunately.
With the staff, what did he strike? That is what I
It's clear here. What did Moses strike to bring water from a rock? Okay. Okay, that was a tricky question. Of course, it's the finals. We can't give easy questions at this stage to you, dear Faith Champs, and so also to all our audience who are watching us on Redemptorist Media Center. I'm sure you're excited as I am. And we go to the final set of 5 questions. Jeremy is there on the mic, ready to answer, confident and absolutely happy to be a part of this Faith Champs. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. And your time starts now. What mountain was Jesus transfigured in Mark?
Mount Olives.
Wrong. How many Catholic rites are there in India?
3.
You're right. Who is the patron saint of animals?
Saint Francis of Assisi.
Okay. Next question. Pope John Paul II was the first pope to resign in over 600 years. True or false?
False.
You're right. The rod of Moses was kept in the Ark of the Covenant. True or false?
False.
False. You're right. There's nothing else that is passed. Oh my. That's done. You have answered.
What?
And you have answered 4 questions right. Straight 4 questions right. One question alone you left out. What mountain was Jesus transfigured in the Gospel of Mark?
From Edo? I'm not sure.
What would be your answer? Tabor. Tabor is the mountain where Jesus was transfigured, but that is not mentioned in any of the Gospels. That comes from a tradition. The actual name of mountains are absolutely not mentioned in the
So
Gospel.
what should I have said?
Jesus went up a mountain and said, "It is unknown. You should just say no mountain."
Okay.
That's the answer. It's not mentioned. That's the answer. Oh God, you were really good, Jeremy. On that note, I should say this rapid fire round has really increased the heat here in our studio. I'm sweating, I'm perspiring, and so are these children here. Are you ready for the next round, which will be together? both of you will have to look at pictures that are presented right in front of you, and you will have 5 pictures. We will go one after the other. You can say pass if you don't know, and at the end of the 5th slide, the 6th slide will have all the pictures there together. You will get to answer them. Are you ready, Secrets girls?
Yes.
Yes, Father, we are ready. That is the confidence. Are you ready to answer the pictures? You have 45 seconds and you have 5 pictures to look at and answer. It can be anything. It can be objects, it can be people, it can be anything that refers to from the scriptures or from your syllabus. And your time of 45 seconds starts now. Name this symbol.
John, the Gospel of John.
Yes, true. Next.
The Assumption of Mary.
Wrong. Next. Name the same.
Pass.
Pass. Identify the church.
Okay, pass.
Pass. What is the event? What is
Confirmation.
that? Pardon? You're right.
Confirmation.
Perfect. Right? Yeah. Name the church and the saint.
I think the saint is Deva Sagayam Pillai.
You're right. Perfect. The 4th.
We'll go with St. Peter's Basilica, the church.
Pardon?
St. Peter's Basilica.
That's the wrong answer. Okay, you have answered within a span of 40 seconds and you have answered 1, 2, 3 straight answers. The first one refers to the Gospel of St. John. It is a high theology. It is represented by the soaring eagle. You can see the book of the Gospels there to say very clearly that it refers to the Gospel. It speaks about his vision and his perspective of the Gospel. Very different Gospel compared to the synoptic Gospels of Matthew, Mark and Luke. John takes a very theological approach in his Gospel. The second picture is, can you all guess this, Life School?
Is it
Which
Mary,
Mary?
the undoer of knots?
Perfectly right. That is Mary, the undoer of the knots. That was a tricky question, but I didn't expect this. Asha, you have got it right. That is Mary, the undoer of the knots, helps us in troubles, in knotted situations as we are in at the moment. This was an 18th century picture which was painted by John and George Mueller, a German, and a devotion to Mary who's the undoer of the knots, who unwinds the knots in our life. The next is Saint Devasahayam Pillai, as you perfectly answered it. That was very nice of you, Niharika. He is the first Indian saint to be martyred. He was a Hindu who converted and became a Catholic and was ready to give his life for his faith in Jesus. He is also the first lay person to be canonized as a saint. The 4th picture is the picture of the Basilica of Saint John Lateran. This is in Rome. This is supposed to be the mother of all churches. This is the Cathedral of Rome. We often think that St. Peter's Basilica is the cathedral, but no, this church, or rather basilica dedicated to St. John Lateran, is the first basilica to be constructed, and it is the mother of all churches, and this is where the Pope resided till the 19th century, and it has a very deep significance for us Christians. It is known as the mother of all churches. That is the Basilica of St. John Lateran. And finally, you were quick to answer that it is the sacrament of confirmation, which usually the bishop alone is the ordinary minister of the sacrament of confirmation, and there is a sponsor who lays his hands on the child to say that I am there to pray for you. We use the oil of chrism for this sacrament, and the Holy Spirit is conferred on the child at the sacrament of confirmation. You took 3 straight answers and 30 points in your kitty. All reasons to smile. Congratulations to our Sacred Heart girls. Over to Life School. Asher and Jeremy, are you ready?
Yes,
to
Father.
join together to look at these 5 pictures which will be in front of you. 45 seconds to answer. Follow the lead, and your time starts now. Name the symbol.
Pass.
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 Carlo Acutis.
Perfectly right. Next.
Okay.
This is the same as my auntie on the picture.
Pass.
Pass. Which
19 of the sick.
perfectly right. Second, third, fourth.
Is the fourth one St. Peter's Basilica?
Perfectly right.
Is the third one the Gospel of Matthew?
You're wrong. Next.
Mary, the help of Christians?
Sorry, you're wrong. And with that, your answers are all answered. First one is Saint Luke. It is depicted with the bull, and clearly there is the book in front of you. The third gospel is represented by the bull with wings, because the book starts with the sacrifice of Zechariah, and in the Gospel of Luke we see the sacrifice of Zechariah, and to remind us of that sacrifice, the book is depicted, the Gospel of Saint Luke is depicted by a winged bull with the book. The second is Our Lady of Pontmercy in France. It is an apparition of Mary which took place there, and it is not a very common one. I thought that was a fair share, giving you a Lady Untied of the Knots, and for you Our Lady of Pontmercy. The third one was Saint Carlo Acutis. Yes, you're perfectly right. He is a millennial saint. He died very recently. He was a programmer, he was a gamer, he loved soccer, very much like you young children, what he was. He is the patron saint of
Internet.
the internet. You're right, you're perfectly right, you've read it well, you're prepared. Well, the next picture, the fourth picture, is St. Peter's Basilica. The basilica dedicated to St. Peter, who was the first bishop of Rome, and that is the very important and significant church which we have in Rome. And the fifth one is the anointing of the sick, which is also known as the sacrament of
Healing.
You're perfectly right, the sacrament of healing. And how many times can we give it?
Many times.
As
many
often as we fall sick, seriously sick, this sacrament can be approached, and that's what the church teaches us. It was wonderful leading you through this rapid fire round, and to see these children score. Sacred Heart girls have scored 30 points in this round, and Life School has also scored 30 points in this round of pictures. So at the end of this rapid fire round, Sacred Heart girls have a score of 140 points in their kitty, and Life School has got 180 points as their total. It is really getting hot here. Both these teams are so well prepared, so confident, and we had our faith chance here in our studio.
This is round 4 of the finals of season 2 of our Faith Champs from Redemptorist Media Center. Has been a great time so far. 3 rounds, 3 exciting rounds. In the last round, Sacred Heart Girls scored 60 and Life School 80 points. Again, another lead in the round, in the third round, which means you've been leading so far, and you have to keep this going if you have to prove yourself to be the Faith Champs for season 2. But game is not over. It's only 40 points that separates the 2 teams. So this round is unique to the final game. We have not done this before. Newly introduced for you, because you are so good, you have to find something to make it more difficult. But it is an exciting round. It is called Compare and Answer, or Biblical Proportions. You've done this in maths, right? If 1 is to 3, 2 is to?
6 on. Yeah, 2 is to 6.
2 is to? 6. You've done that before as kids, right? We're going to do that for biblical places and characters. Okay? Is that simple? Okay, so the first proposition will give you the relationship between the two terms. The second one will have a missing word. So you'll have to, looking at the third clue, have to guess the final answer. Okay, let me give you an example. If manna is for Israelites, what is bread and fish for dash?
5,000 or the 4,000.
You got it.
Okay.
It is as simple as that. You got that?
Yes.
If manna is to the people of Israel, what is bread and fish to dash? And the dash is 5,000 people that were gathered in the Gospel of Mark. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
As simple as that. And let's see. And this is a buzzer up. So as soon as you ring the buzzer, you have to answer. Every right answer, you'll have 20 points. Wrong answer, you'll have minus 10 points. Are you ready to play?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen. Your first question is on the screen. If Egypt is to Israel, what is Midian to dash? Okay, Sekarats. Moses is correct, because people of Israel spent their time in Egypt, and Midian was the place where Moses went to save himself, a place of refuge after killing the soldiers. Congratulations, 20 points to you. Hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen. Your next clue is on the screen. If the burning bush is to Moses, what is the cloud of pillar to dash? And the answer is
The Israelites.
Israelites is the correct answer. The burning bush represented the presence of God for Moses, and for the Israelites it was the cloud, the pillar that led them as a sign of God's presence. Congratulations, both have got 20 points in this round so far. The next question, your hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen. Your next question on the screen. If Zechariah is to the temple, what is John the Baptist to dash? And the answer is, quickly,
The desert.
wrong. I'm very sorry there. Look at the question clearly. If Zechariah is to the temple, what is John the Baptist to? Zechariah built the temple and he served in the temple. Where did John the Baptist do his ministry?
In this thing.
John the Baptist, exactly. It is River Jordan. I'm sorry, Sekarats, you lose 10 points there, but you still have 2 more questions to make it up. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. The answer for the previous one was River Jordan, and the next question is on the screen. If the golden calf is to the idolatry, what is the fig tree to mark? Dash. Go ahead. Life school. You have to give an answer. 5, 4, 3,
Cursing?
2, 1.
Jesus.
And you said, what it is? Cursing is what you said. I'm sorry, that's not the answer. If the golden calf is for idolatry, what is fig tree to mark? It was fruitlessness. Fruitlessness, because the golden calf represented idolatry, that they gave into idolatry, and the fig tree in Mark had to be cut down because it did not bear any fruit. You lose 10 points there. It doesn't matter. You have 1 more question to go. With this, both the teams have answered 1 each and lost 1 each. And now we have the final question. And if you answer this right, you will score 20 points. And the question is on the screen. If Moses is to the 10 commandments, what is Jesus to mark Mark to the dash? Come on, you have to answer it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you have not given the answer. You rang the buzzer. Why don't you try? 10 commandments for Moses, dash for Jesus in Mark. Jesus gave 2 commandments. What else? What do you think was close to that? Something that is so very important in the gospel. Something that's repeated time and again. It starts with the letter B.
Beatitude.
Exactly. How did you not think of it? The Beatitudes. Right? But I'm sorry, Sekirat, you rang the buzzer and you lose 10 points there. So at the end of this round, we have Sekirat who answered 1 correct, which means 20 points, and answered 2 wrong, which means they've lost both those, the 20 points that they scored, and they are stuck with their previous total of 140. Whereas Life School, you answered 1 right and you answered 1 wrong, and which means you scored 10 points in this. So you have climbed up 10 points from 180 to 190. That's a good lead. You're still 50 points ahead of Sacred Heart Girls. Remember, the game is not over. The final round, which is the emoji round, has decided and changed the tables around previously. So keep your confidence and let's come back for the final round of the finals of the season 2 of Faith Champs Redemptorist Media Center's Inter-School Quiz Competition.
Welcome to the final round of Faith Champs Season 2, the emoji round, the most exciting round, which is again going to be a buzzer round. Are you ready, Sacred Hearts girls? And are you ready, Life Schools boys?
Yes.
There they are in the right competitive spirit, and I have got the cue card in my pocket. We shall go right away to the first set of emojis on the screen there. Name the person. The bell is gone already. Yes, Sacred Hearts girls.
It's Paul the Apostle.
It is Saint Paul the Apostle. What makes you say that? A person, a roadmap, 13. What could 13 be?
13 letters.
13 letters. There's a letter box, and finally, beheaded. Absolutely right. It is Saint Paul the Apostle. They take 20 points. A lead by 20 points. Congrats, girls. And your second set of emojis on the screen. Name the person. Okay. Sacred Hearts girls have rung it once again. What could it be?
Joseph of Arimathea.
Saint Joseph of Arimathea. Could it be? Why do you say that?
Yeah, because he was the one who asked for Jesus' body
To
after the crucifixion. Yeah, to bury it.
To be buried in the tomb. There is a man, there is a group, so possibly a Pharisee at the crucifixion of Jesus, gave the tomb, asked for Jesus to be, brought oil for the anointing and helped in the burial of Jesus. Absolutely right. 20 more points by our Good Shepherd girls. Apeksha and Niharika, you are on fire. This seems like rapid fire round to me right here. Saint Joseph of Arimathea is the right answer. We go into the third set of emojis. Hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen, and the third set here. Name the person. There's some serious discussion on both sides. Clock is ticking, discussions are getting hotter. Both don't want to take a risk. Someone looks a little more confident than the other, and they are discussing. Okay, there is a person, there is something that symbolizes night, there is Jesus, there is someone who speaks, there is the next is a group of Pharisees, and the final one is myrrh. Who could it be? Incense. Here the Life School boys are making an attempt. Yes, go on.
Is it the third wise king?
The third wise king. What would be your guess, Sacred girls?
We think that is correct, yeah.
That it is correct.
Maybe.
If it is the third wise king, then they both are wrong. It is Nicodemus. This was one man who came to Jesus by night, and we read this episode in the Gospel of Saint John. Nicodemus comes to see Jesus by night. He is a Pharisee, and he is one who serves. And this is a person, quite a difficult one to answer. He brings myrrh at the end to assist Joseph of Arimathea in the burial of Jesus. These two are two silent disciples of Jesus who are not explicitly mentioned, but who should have probably been one of the 72. And that unfortunately brings down your score by 10. And right now the scores are leveled. Oh my, I just can't imagine that this can happen. We just have 2 more questions to go. We just have 2 more sets of emojis to go. The scores have leveled. Both of them are at 180. Such a tight match, such a close competition. For once I see both of them getting anxious. If not, they were smiling at each other, encouraging one another, the right Christian spirit. And so we go, hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen, the 4th set of emojis here. Guess the event. Again, night. Sleep. That looks like a tree and a bench. Is that someone kneeling or sitting? Someone's sweating it out. What could it be? Life school boys want to give it a try. They want to take the risk. Yes, Jeremy, what could it be?
The agony in the garden.
The agony in the garden. Could it be?
Yes.
Would you have answered it?
No, yeah.
No, that doesn't.
It is the answer. He's sweating.
Night, some are sleeping, the garden, someone is praying and sweating out, and sweat turns into blood. And agony in the garden. Jesus in Gethsemane is absolutely right answer. Life School gets another 20 straight points, takes the lead here. Excitement on the face of Jeremy. He is waiting and willing to hit the buzzer once again. And here they go. The last question of the day, the last question of the game, the last question of the match. And here it is between Sacred Hearts Girls and Life School. Hands on the buzzer, eyes on the screen. The last set of emojis of the day for you right here. Guess the event. An old lady.
I got it.
Sick.
I know it.
Finger.
Did we pass? Yeah. Jesus cures Peter's mother-in-law.
Jesus cures Peter's mother-in-law. Would you?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But you didn't ring the buzzer.
Because I just saw the question.
You were a little late to wear your magic glasses. Oh my.
Oh my god, we just lost.
Jeremy, what's happening to you? Can you say what's happening to you?
Nope.
No. Audience, would you have answered this? Old lady with her glasses, sick, a touch, and come back to serve. Jesus healing Peter's mother-in-law is the right answer. That increases Life School by another 20 points, and that is the end of this round, buzzer round, emoji round.
We are at the end of season 2 of Faith Champs RMC's Inter-School Quiz Competition. And at the grand finale, we have a clear winner.
second place goes to Sacred Hearts Girls High School and the participants are Niharika Florentina, Apeksha D. Rachel. First prize goes to Life School and the participants are Jeremy Ajay and Asher Gerard. Please welcome the winners of Faith Champ Season 2.
Before we close, I would like to thank all the participants, all the 7 schools that made this season 2 so special and so exciting, especially to the admin team, the principals of each of those schools who took the trouble to prepare their kids and to send them, register them for our Faith Champ season 2. And for the parents too, who have constantly supported the teams, prayed for them, prepared them as well. And I would like to, in a special way, thank all our volunteers who helped us to put this program together, and especially all our staff here, our tech team, and a lot of hands and heads have worked together to make this season 2 a success. God's many blessings to all, and a special thanks to the winners for your efforts, for your hard work, for because of your efforts and hard work, this season 2 was a success. And for you, for being part of our journey, for being our audience, for praying with us, learning with us, encouraging our teams, thank you. And we encourage you to share this with your friends and family, because this is a wonderful way of learning our scriptures and encouraging our youngsters to fall in love with our Catholic faith and scriptures. Till we meet again for season 3 of Faith Champs, signing off from Redemptorist Media Center. I, your host, Father Charles Vijay Kumar.
And me, Father Joe Abraham.
God bless you all.